This is going to be the most interesting thing I've ever done. Is the cheapest toilet just as good as the one that costs 5 times more? From a $99 budget bowl to a $465 pro-grade Toto, I've got the 4 most popular models lined up to test to see which one deserves a squat in your home. So let's keep it simple. I mean, it's a toilet. We need to know, does it work? So let's check the value, the flush power, the cleaning power, and ultimately, how does it look? If you pay for the right toilet the first time, you never have to plunge or scrub or call for a midnight plumber again, no matter what you had for breakfast. Let's meet the contenders. First off, we got the $99 Glacier Bay Budget Buddy. Next up, the mainstream middleweights. We got a $249 American Standard Cadet 4. This is a $379 Kohler toilet. It's Home Depot's #1 seller. I like to call it the one-piece wonder. This is the $465 Toto Drake. It's the #1 bestseller at Lowe's. It doesn't come with a seat. So let me just go through a whole bunch of different features and benefits from each of these bad boys. First of all, the Glacier Bay. This is a round toilet, all right? It is actually the lightest weight toilet that there is in the market. It's 96 pounds, so it's actually easier for you to be able to pick this up and do the install yourself. It's a 2-piece, which means you can install a bowl and then install the tank afterwards, which is really good if you're doing it by yourself. One of the coolest things about this is it installs really simple. It has quick connect technology for all the installation, and you just pop everything together, really straightforward and simple. You do not need to be a plumber to install this toilet. All right, this is the American Standard Champion 4. Okay, it's $249. Now, this one is actually kind of cool. This one has a special glaze inside the toilet, helps keep it clean, and it also makes a claim that it can flush an entire small basket of golf balls in one flush. We're gonna put that to the test today, and while we're at it, we'll test them all. Now over here, we got the Kohler. The reason we got this is because it's a 1-piece. And this little 1-piece is kind of really cool. It's compact, so you get an elongated seat, but it doesn't have that big distance coming off the wall. This is actually really great in small bathrooms. So if you have a typical 5x7 or 5x8 bathroom, you can get an elongated seat without it sticking out into the middle of the room. That's a great value. The only downside with this one is, this is 120 pounds and it's 1-piece. You might need a second person to help you with the install. Now we got the Toto. And it is $465. This one comes in 2 separate boxes. It installs as 2 separate pieces. It takes an extra couple minutes, but they've got their own technology and a special glaze on the Toto toilet. And apparently it's got an anti-siphon technology so that the water level isn't dropping after you flush, allowing gases to come into the house. Now, we've all seen the ads about the golf balls in the toilet test, but we've never actually seen anybody do it. So here we go. Whoa, I got a runner. Ah! Got it. Wouldn't be a fair test if I didn't have all 40 balls in there, would it? This is the American Standard toilet. This is the company that actually made the claim that they can flush a small basket of golf balls. We checked online. It's anywhere from 40 to 50, so we're going with 40 just to be kind. That seems like an awful lot of balls. All right. Now, the Kohler toilet has this really cool jet feature here that's supposed to really help with the power of the flush. This sucker is an expensive toilet with all kinds of power claims. This is going to be the most interesting thing I've ever done. All right, here we go. And just to be kind, I'm going to hold the lever down for a whole 1.5 seconds to make sure that all the tank water has a chance to go through here. Zero balls? Nothing happened. All right. Wow, let's see if it works for the American Standard. That was rather anticlimactic. Let's try the Kohler. We got a few, all right. And then the Toto. I think we're gonna have to pull out the pails and count the balls and see which one wins. But none of these performed as well as the ad claims. 1 golf ball out of 40. The one that claims to flush 40 golf balls. 2 golf balls. Okay, maybe they're using a different size golf ball in their marketing. And then the Kohler, 6 golf balls. That's an improvement. The Toto, also 6 golf balls. We're trying less balls to see if it works. This is 12. I got all 12. Now the only thing to do, to be fair, is to try these other toilets with 12. and 2 came back. So it did 10 out of 12.
Only 2 went through.
Only 2 went through. There's only 2 left. So there's 8 still stuck in the trap. Okay. This looks pretty convincing it's gonna work. Did they all come out? That appears to have sucked it all down, no problem. We gotta have a champion.
Well, Glacier Bay couldn't do 12.
Couldn't do 12.
American Standard couldn't do 12, it did 8.
Good news, we're not pooping golf balls in reality. We're gonna try 20. That's a big jump from 12 to 20. Yeah, it's just too many balls, they all bridge up. It's the design of the tank. It's not designed for these things that are so hard. It might be able to handle volume, but it can't handle the hard golf ball. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Toto pulled off 20 balls. I don't think it's necessary to go any further than that. Obviously, Glacier Bay did 2, American Standard did 8, the Calder did 12, this one did the 20. Okay guys, well here we're at that point in our life where we really screwed up. We put 8 balls in here and only 2 came out. This pipe, you can follow it. It has an elbow here and an elbow here, and apparently 6 of those balls are stuck in there. So now, we gotta make sure we get this toilet up and running again before we go to the next test. Any balls come out? There's definitely a blockage. Okay, so up in the air. You hold the tank there. Get our fish tape out here and see if we can dislodge. Oh yeah, you can see the balls in there. I feel the head. Oh, there's 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're good as new. Time for the next test. All right, so now that we got the clog dealt with, let's move on to something that shouldn't clog quite as easily. It's time for the sausage test. Now, all toilets in North America have got new government standards that's called a MAP rating, and they're supposed to have a bare minimum, I think 250 grams, all right? That is 2.5 sausages in a toilet, should be handled in a flush. Now, this particular toilet claims it should be able to put 1,000 grams. That is 1 kilo. That's the whole package. We're not gonna be that crazy. We're gonna start off with 5, right here. 3, 4, 5. Now, if your toilet looks like that after you're done your business, perhaps talk to your doctor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, most of us don't poop from 4.5 feet in the air, but hey, these are all Italian sausages. And yes, you're darn right, I'm having a barbecue when we're all finished. I'm not letting these go to waste. These bad boys are awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, the last Toto toilet. 5 for you. Boop, boop. Maddie, can we make sure there's pails underneath to catch my sausage on the other end so that I can grill these bad boys up later? So just to be fair and to be clear, the MAP test is done with these little mini sausages, okay? They kind of look like, if you ever watch the Border Patrol series in Australia, they're always finding these drug mules who have got these little sausages of heroin in their body, right? Like 150 packages. Well, this is kind of what they're testing with the MAP test. They use smaller sausages. So using 5 full lengths is aggressive, and we're gonna see, first of all, does Glacier Bay have the ability to take care of 500 grams when it's all chock full in there like this? Looks like I'm unplugging this toilet yet again. All right, let's check out if American Standard can handle the 5 sausage test. Here we go. Did any of them come through? Oh my. Let's see if Calder can handle 500 grams of 100% Canadian-made pork sausage. All 5? None of them?
All 5.
Oh, thank God. All right. And then finally, does Toto have the ability to handle the same amount? Wow. We're gonna give these other 2 a second flush just to see if we can avoid having to take the toilets up and clean them out. There. We got a floater. Uh-oh, that definitely looks like a clog. Great. Let's get it done. Anything?
Nope.
This is starting to look like my toilet at home. Here we go. We'll give it another flush. Two's better than nothing. The American Standard toilet did flush all 5. It took 3 flushes. The Kohler and the Toto both handled the 5 in 1 flush. So let's try going to 7. Let's try the 7 on the Kohler first. Looking for a champion. And
Counted 5.
okay, Toto. They both worked?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to know. 10 sausages, 1,000 grams. This is impressive. Here we go. Well, that's what 1,000 grams looks like. That's the equivalent to a tomahawk steak and 4 baked potatoes. Boom! Look at that siphon. Okay, let's go for 10 here. We're doing this until we find a champion. We're gonna go for 1,200 grams. That's off the chart. If you got 1,200 grams of action, you needed X-Lax to make it there. Here we go, 12 sausages. Can't deny it, that sucker's powerful. All right, here we go. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna keep going until there's a winner. I'm gonna call it a tie.
There they go.
We got him? Okay, so this toilet works if you know how to work it. But this one worked, but took a couple of 3 flushes to get all 5. This one did 12 in a single flush. This one did 12 in a single flush. I guess you get what you pay for. It's time to see which glaze lets it slide and which one holds on for dear life. At the end of the day, all these porcelains are manufactured in Mexico. So the end comes down to the science of how do you finish your porcelain, and that is how clean your toilet stays. So I went out and bought 44 snack packs so that we could do the ultimate poop test. And have a little dessert after lunch. All right. This is a textured sprayer. I think we're gonna have to, we'll just go with the whole. It's a nice big one. We won't have any issues. Okay. Oh no! No! Or that was a little nasty, I'm sorry. I'll try to use better aim here. There's 2 things that keep a toilet clean. One is the glaze, and there's different technologies. And the more money you spend, the more money they're spending on glaze. Actually at the home show in Vegas last year, Toto had a new toilet out, was $5,000, because they got this new glaze they say is sent from heaven, so you'll never have to clean the toilet again. And I'm like, if you can afford $5,000 for a toilet, you're paying someone else to clean them already. What do you care? But anyway, here we go. Now remember, we're testing 2 things. One, how well the bowl itself cleans, and how non-stick the bowl is, all right? We'll start with the $99 toilet from Glacier Bay. That's a little less than optimal, because 1/2 the toilet cleaned up pretty good, but the other half was left wanting. Here comes the Champion 4. Similar result, not amazing. Okay, let's try the Kohler toilet, see how this glaze holds up. That's better, but room for improvement. And let's check the Toto toilet. How does its glaze hold up? Huh, I think the pudding test was a really good sticky situation for all of them. What do you think, Matt? Do we have a winner here?
I'd say Toto. You look at the Kohler one and the design of the water that goes around, it misses a portion of the bowl.
Look at the whole front there, though. Yeah. Let's go 2 flushes each. Maybe that'll get a better picture of this. We'll go with 2 flushes. I'm just gonna hold it. Okay, that's as optimal as it's gonna get. Now in this particular toilet, there's a series of holes all around the toilet, but I think the water enters from one side and it's all evacuated from that rim by the time it gets to here. It never comes all the way around. And so that's where you're getting that whole, one side of the toilet is left kind of nasty. Same thing here with this toilet. It also has a series of holes around the top designed to push all the water and create a little circle. But again, all the water's gone from that system when it gets to here. Yeah, and there's holes all the way up to the front. They aren't even utilized. Okay. And I'm just holding the handles down until they completely evacuate. That's a better result, but still. It's subjective. Let me know in the comment section what you think. But for my money, if I'm paying big money for a toilet, I'm gonna want a better performance than that. End of the day, you're gonna be scrubbing no matter what you do. This one seems to be more effective in the bowl, but it leaves residue at every level. Where this area, where it cleans, it really cleans. There is some really white porcelain in here. So I think they have a better glaze, but I think Kohler has a better cleaning system. I just finished putting a bunch of blue dye into the back of the toilet tanks because we wanted to do the next test and make it more visual. But before we do that, I want to enter the drop zone. That's the surface area of that bowl, the drop zone. It's only half the size of the toilet. Compared to the Champion, that's a much bigger drop zone. If you hit the drop zone, you don't leave as much mess on the bowl. That drop zone's getting a little smaller, but it's a nice clean bowl. Some of the toilets out there, they have like a shelf and then it drops off. A shelf, really? Talk about sticky mess. And then here's the Toto. That's a decent drop zone, but it's smaller yet. So in order to drop zone, American Standard wins. Second is gonna be the Kohler. Third is the Tolo. And then last is Glacier Bay. That's not really relevant to a lot of things, but for those of us who don't wanna have to clean a toilet, especially when you don't have the greatest glaze, you better have a good enough drop zone that you don't need to go grab that scrub brush every single time. At the end of the day, these toilets all look like toilets, and that's fine to me. This one has an oversized lid. It's really too wide, and the tank always has a trouble trying to find a soft resting place and moves around a lot. The seat, however, looks great. I really like this. There's no gaps, and it's nice and clean. The problem is, it's not a soft close. So, I'm gonna give this a score on how it looks. I'm gonna give it a 7. Now when it comes to the American Standard, let's talk the tank first. Tank is a good size. It is a comfort height seat, is elongated, so it's comfortable for a lot of people. The lid itself has a ridge, and so if you put things on here, they're not gonna slide off. Also, one of the features is, it has an insulated tank. If your bathroom has an issue with a sweating toilet tank because you have bad heating or air conditioning technology, then getting a tank with insulated tank is a real bonus. And at this price point, to get an insulated tank is huge. That is great value. Now as for the seat, I love their seat, okay? This one actually closes over, so it only has one look. It's nice and sleek. The same with the sides. I love the little ridge down here. This is a great toilet as far as finishing off with your silicone as well. Aesthetically, I'm gonna give this one an 8.5. Now, this one is the one-piece wonder, right? This is the 120 pounds of love. So one piece, the lid on this sits really nice and flush. It's low profile. It's an elongated toilet, so it's comfortable. It's a comfort height, so it's comfortable. And it doesn't penetrate into the room. I'm actually thinking that looks really good until you get down, you look at this toilet seat. This looks like the front end grill of an old 1950s truck. I don't understand it. It looks like it wants to eat you. I'm not understanding the whole technology here. It's got these special little rubbers here. And then these spacers, you actually have to add when you install the toilet. They come in a little package, you got to install those yourself. Creates a lot of gap, a lot of nonsense. You really wish you could come up with a design more like this. If this toilet had this seat, it would be a 9. As it is, I'm going to give it an 8 because that seat makes me feel nervous. And when it comes to the Toto, well, you know Toto, they make a great product. This toilet tank is actually designed to be perfect. It never rocks. It always sits perfectly flush and square. Unfortunately, because it doesn't come with a seat, I can't give it a score. So today, I'm gonna have to give the Toto toilet a 5. Because honestly, no one wants a toilet if you don't have a seat. And if you want to buy that seat, it's another $100. So forget about the price tag on this one. It's another $100 to finish the kit. What a frustration. Taking everything into account, the cost, horsepower, and cleanliness, the Kohler is going to be my forever throne in my forever home. Having said that, if you want a great toilet that has lots of power and really easy to clean, then feel free to spend the extra money and get the Toto. If you're looking for something more economical, the American Standard has a great look and performs reasonably well. And if you are on a budget and you are concerned, get the Glacier Bay and a $20 plunger because you're probably going to need it. Now I'm starving. It's time to grill up them sausages. Let's go eat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because next week we're going to do a step-by-step complete tutorial on how to install that Kohler toilet. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, Joe. Tastes like porcelain a little bit.